Which leads me to my next story, the restaurant. I am an entrepreneur. I started a business from scratch, no outside capital, 100% bootstrap. And since I'd never ever run a business before, every day was a grand adventure, uncharted territory to say the least. Lacking mentors, I turned to business books. I read them voraciously, and they were helpful, very helpful. I was, and still am, deeply committed to being a lifelong learner. The world will change on you. You need to keep growing. But there was something I found very puzzling. The world many of these authors described in these books was very different from the world I was experiencing. Their decisions seemed clear-cut, almost easy. Execution proceeded smoothly, even flawlessly. They evidently went seamlessly from one spectacular success to another. There were no doubts or second thoughts in their world. The world I was experiencing was very, very different. Decisions were difficult. I agonized over many of them. The world was foggy. Facts seemed foggy and uncertain. Execution seems to constantly run into snags. I kept wondering what I was doing wrong. When I would finally break through the sunlight and find this wonderful, orderly world without doubts that I kept reading about. Then finally I understood, and it was the analogy of the restaurant that made it clear. The authors were describing their dining room, where everything was done for show and presentation. White tablecloths, soft music, the warm glow of candles. Since an important goal of many of the books was to burnish the reputation of the author as a CEO or as a consultant, they tended to focus almost exclusively on the dining room. I, however, was back in the kitchen, where it was frequently loud, chaotic, and messy, but also where things got done, where the core of business operations resided.